Hi, welcome back to Nancy's Homestyle Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I make Caesar salad with my homemade sourdough croutons and homemade Caesar dressing. So to get started, we're going to start with the croutons. Now, I bake sourdough, and recently I've been teaching some friends how to make sourdough, so I've been kind of making a lot. And when I get down to the edges of my sourdough loaves, I cut them off, and they're too small to make a sandwich or put in the toaster, so I just throw them in a zip top bag and throw them in my freezer because they make the best croutons. So what I have here is I've thawed some out and cut them up, and I have about 6 cups of bread cubes. Now they range in sizes. I kind of like it that way because some of them bake up crispy, some of them are a little, the bigger ones tend to be a little softer and chewy, and I kind of like those different textures in the salad. And really, you don't need 6 cups of croutons, but when you have them out on your tray and they're cooling and your family's walking by, they're gonna start disappearing because they're just so craveable and snackable. So I would just go ahead and make some more. In this recipe, I'm gonna give you some kind of exact measurements, but you don't have to be so precise with it, and that's what I really like. So here's 6 cups of the sourdough bread cubes, and then I have olive oil, and I'm gonna pour, I don't know, about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of olive oil on there. And then I have, this is a garlic, onion, black pepper, and sea salt blend. If you don't have a blend, just use your own sea salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. So, but this is what I have, so that's what I'm gonna use, and I'm just gonna shake some of it in there. And then the grated Parmesan cheese in the can works best for this part of the recipe. We're gonna use fresh grated Parmesan to top the salad, and I think it's best that way. But as far as the croutons are concerned, I think these bake up really nice. And again, I'm putting about 1/4 cup of Parmesan in there. So just zip the top of your bag and just give it a good shake, because we want all of those spices, the oil, the Parmesan, to coat the little bread cubes. So I have a half sheet pan that's been lined with a piece of parchment paper, and we're just gonna dump them out and spread them around in one even layer. Okay, so now that we have these all spread in an even layer, I just take some kosher salt, and I like just giving a little sprinkle of salt over the top. It kind of gives it a crunchy factor and just gives that additional little bit of salt that I think the salad needs. So we're gonna go ahead and put this into a 375-degree preheated oven. It's gonna take anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to bake. About 8 minutes into the process, you wanna go in with a spatula and just toss the bread cubes around, just to kind of move them around so they can brown evenly. And then about 12 minutes into it, go ahead, reach in. It's gonna be hot, so use your spatula. Take one of the croutons out, set it on the counter, and let it sit there for a minute or two. Then go ahead and try it. If it's still chewy, let them keep baking a little bit. That's what I find is the best judge for me, because sometimes just looking at the color, I think, oh, I don't know, it's done. I pull them out and I cool them, and I wish I would have left them in longer. And then you can kind of judge. You can even grab a smaller bit and a larger bit and try both of them. I like having that texture of some of them are crispy and some of them are chewy. So you be the judge, and every oven is different. So just make sure you keep an eye on it, because they can turn from perfectly done to overdone really quick. So we'll go ahead and get these in the oven, and then I'll come back and show you what they look like when they're done. Okay, now we're gonna make the Caesar dressing. So you're gonna start with 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, and I've put it in a pint-sized mason jar, and we're gonna add 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. Now, again, I'm using that grated Parmesan. It just blends really well into this dressing, and we're gonna put the fresh Parmesan on top. I've tried it with the fresh Parmesan in here, and I don't know, I I just like the texture of the grated Parmesan better. So I have 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of water, and it's 1 teaspoon of garlic, which is pretty much equal to 1 garlic clove. And then 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, and then we're gonna mix that up. I could put a lid on this, a mason jar lid, and shake it up, but I'm just gonna stir it up. I'll put a lid on it before I stick it in the refrigerator. But this blends super quick and easy. Then we're gonna put it in the refrigerator, let it chill, and then we'll come back and we will assemble the Caesar salad. Here you go. They're nice and golden brown and nice and toasty. So they took about 15 minutes. You could do 15 to 20 minutes depending on how your oven is. Some ovens run hotter than others. And I would just test it. Actually take one out and just set it on your cutting board for maybe 30 seconds and then try it. If it's still soft and chewy, just keep baking them until they're nice and crispy how you like them. So I'm just gonna set these to the side and then we'll come back and we'll assemble our Caesar salad. Okay, we are ready to plate our salad. So I have 2 heads of romaine lettuce that I've just sliced up and put into a salad spinner and just washed it and gave it a good spin to kind of dry it out. So we're gonna put some salad on the plate. And then I'm just gonna go in with my hands, put some yummy croutons on there. If you're interested in learning how I make my sourdough to make these croutons, put it in the comments below. And if I get enough people interested, maybe I'll go ahead and make a video on the croutons. All right, here's our dressing. Give it one more shake. It's been chilling in the refrigerator. So we're gonna drizzle some dressing on. This is really such a simple and quick dressing, and it's always a really big hit. And then now here is the fresh block of Parmesan that we're going to grate over it. And this is when I think this type of Parmesan works the best, especially for this salad. So just grate and let it snow. Now, if you're my husband and we're at one of those fancy Italian restaurants and they come over with the Parmesan cheese, he never tells them to stop. They just keep going. He loves Parmesan. But that is it. So here's the salad. So we're gonna go ahead and you can hear the croutons crunching. I can't even get them on my fork. And we will take a bite. Really good and cheesy. Let me get a crouton. That is really good. A little bit of garlic. You can definitely taste the lemon juice. And the Parmesan, it's just so nice and fresh. So I hope you really enjoy this and give it a try. And we will see you on the next video.